Action.
Good afternoon, wonderful children of Oak Grove.
Hey guys.
Today we're going to be finding the area of a rectangle, 3.6C. Our objective is, I can determine the area of rectangle with whole number, side length, in problems using multiplication related to the number of rows times the number of unit squares in each row. Area. Area is the measurement attributes that describe the number of unit squares or square units in a figure or a region covers. Here's your thought question, something that you need to think about while we're going through these slides. What relationship exists between area and perimeter?
Okay, so the first one we're going to look at says determine the area of a rectangle. Okay, I really like these types of questions because they give you a grid, which means you have multiple ways of figuring out the answer to this problem. Okay, it says the shaded rectangle on the grid represents a sign for a restaurant. What is the area of the sign in square yards? That key word there is sign. It's asking about the sign. When you guys were doing this on the interim assessment, I noticed a lot of you guys were figuring out the area of the grid, and it's asking about the sign. Okay, so it's not asking about this Y area, it's asking about the gray area. Okay, so one of the ways that you can answer this problem is by creating the lines inside of that restaurant. Okay, and when you do that, it's better to add all of those little bitty squares up. So you can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, so on and so forth until you get 20 square yards. Okay, so all of these boxes, count them all up, you'll get 20. Now, I don't recommend you doing that because you're in 3rd grade and you guys know how to multiply at this point. But if you struggle figuring out the area, and the easiest way for you to do it is to count all the squares, then by all means do that. Okay, the reason why I don't recommend it is because eventually you're going to have to figure out the area of irregular shapes. And when you do that, they're going to give you tinier boxes. Okay, y'all got lucky with this one because the boxes are big enough for you to count. But you're going to miscount if you have really tiny boxes. So you're going to have to figure out a different strategy for that. Okay, so the other strategy to use for this one would be to multiply the length times the width. Okay, it says length times width equals area. Y'all see that right there? Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to find the length. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So the length is 4 times the width. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now you can multiply 4 times 5. And if you did that, then you can do either your 4 song or your 5 song, but multiply by one of them. So you can say there are 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Okay, so the answer is 20. Or you can multiply by 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20. But either way, you're going to get 20 square yards as your answer. Okay? So those are 2 ways. But again, I really want you guys to try to multiply. All right?
Okay, our next problem will be a little more, I shouldn't say a little more, it'll be a little different, okay? So Sandra counted the square tiles on a rectangular floor at her school. Each tile had an area of 1 square foot. On the floor, there were 9 tiles with 36 tiles in each row. what is the area of the rectangle floor in square feet? Okay, so there's two ways we can do this. Okay, the first way I'm going to show you, we're going to add instead of multiply. Okay, and it's called the box method. And actually, Miss Garza taught me this about 3 years ago when we were just starting out learning how to teach this math. Okay, so we're going to get into the box method just like this. Okay, we've got our 9 and 36. Okay, 9 rows of 36 tiles in each row. The box method just has us break up the bigger number. Okay, so we're going to put our 9 on the side, and then our 30 plus 6 on top, okay, which equals 36. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to actually multiply 9 times 30 and then 9 times 6. Okay, and we're going to put those answers in our box. Okay, so 9 times 30, okay, 9 times 3 is 27. Okay, and when we've talked about this, okay, we've always said when we've got a 0 on the end, we just bring it down and carry it over. Okay, I've heard Ms. Espino say this, is 0 is my hero. Okay, and we just bring that down. I thought that was pretty good. Always something that's easy to remember. Okay, so now 9 times 3 equals 270. Now 9 times 6. Okay, there's a couple ways you can do this. If you've got your multiplication charts, build your multiplication chart. If you know your nines, okay, there's a couple tricks. The one on the board that I used to have in class, and you guys have written it on my board as well. Okay, and you can use your hands. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I've got 10 up, and I'm going to use 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and it gives me my total 54. Okay, so 9 times 6 is 54. Excellent. Okay, so now that we've got our two answers in there, what we're going to do is now we're going to add those together. Okay, so we're going to bring that plus sign down with the 30 plus 6, and we're going to add 270 plus 54. Okay, just like so. Okay, so if we do our math, 0 plus 4 is 4, 7 plus 5 is 12. We carry our 1 always, guys, remember that, into our hundreds place, and 1 plus 2 is 3. So our answer is 324. Okay, now the other way we can do it is to multiply. Okay, so the second way. Okay, and we multiply just like this. 9 times 6 is 54, just like we talked about, right? Using our fingers, 54. Okay, we do it just like addition. Okay, we drop our 4 down, we carry our 10th place over. 9 times 3, sorry, is 27. And then we add the 5 to it. Okay, so 27 plus 5 equals 32. So we have an area, again, of 324. Now make sure that you put your square feet on the end, whether you just put the SQ and the FT, whether you write out square feet, but always make sure you put your
units.
What is it called? I can't remember now.
Units.
Your units at the end, whether you're working in centimeters, square feet, square inches, whatever units you're working with.
The thought question. What relationship exists between area and perimeter? Or area and perimeter have similarities and then have differences. The similarities are that you're using 2D figures and that they both have lengths and they both have widths. The difference would be that with area, you would multiply length and width, and with perimeter, you would add all sides. So think about those strategies when you're dealing with area and perimeter. And it has been an awesome time doing these videos for you guys. We will see you next time. If you have any questions, email, text, or call.
Have a good Easter, guys. Eat lots of candy.
God bless.
Stay safe.
Yes.
Stay healthy.
Bye, guys.